co-podcast member who is none other than Abdul Jabbar and myself, Ahmad Hussain. And we're here to hopefully educate, advise, and just to update you on the latest. Obviously, in other news, there's loads of news
Hmm.
that's happening. And I think with your expertise, if you can tell us with regards to what's happening with in Ukraine, apparently there's some drone attacks that have been expanded. And then also, can you another minute? Can you mention um Iran? Any updates on Iran? I think there was some fighting on the Strait of Hormuz by both parties, the U.S. and Iran. Israel, for some reason, is hiding away. Is probably building itself to greater Israel or something. I don't know what they're doing, but yeah, if you can please update those on those two topics, please. Then we
So,
then we
so
have then we have got a final topic that we will talk in a bit more detail because there's so much things we can only cover a few things, but
cover a few
yeah,
things. So mainly, I mean, I'm just going to give you an overview. The rest, I think, we're going to follow it. You can follow up by googling the news about this issue. So, why is OPEC? I mean, the first thing is why is OPEC? OPEC, for decades, the global oil market has been shaped by a simple idea that the marriage between a group of countries led by Saudi Arabia could coordinate supply and control prices through the organization of the petroleum exporting countries. So, this OPEC was set up back in 1960, and it's been working as a cartel of the main countries that are exporting oil, led by Saudi Arabia. And last week, the UAE left the OPEC. The reason being is the reasons. I mean, I'll go into that. Basically, that they have decided on the basis that the UAE is not about the difference is or the reason is not about quotas and production. Only this has been, before they would be able to solve these problems. But the split, right, or the UAE leaving the OPEC is more about um, the view of what energy policy the UAE wants to continue without the Saudi Arabia, without the OPEC. So basically, uh, the Saudi Arabia and the OPEC would control the supply and control the prices. Now, Saudi Arabia believes that the um, supplies will remain, the demand will stay strong for decades, and therefore they want to restrict the oil production, and they want to keep the prices high, while the UAE believes the market uh, is basically uh, could peak earlier than expected. So they want to maximize the production, and while the price is still strong, while the supply is still strong. Also, the unite, you know, the this was also done by the USE sees things differently. It's increasingly worried that global demand could peak sooner than expected, and that means it wants to maximize production now while the market is still strong. It's a fundamentally different view of the future of energy. And also, because the split goes far beyond oil, over the past few years, the UAE has normalized relations with Israel through the Arab Abraham Accords, deepened ties with the United States, and positioned itself as a global hub for finance, tech, and trade. Meanwhile, Saudi Arabia has been trying to turn Riyadh into the region's dominant economic center. Both Gulf monarchies also um, also
Just quickly in between the whilst you look for, so OPEC, obviously we need to find out, stands for Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. So yeah, and this is like a cartel of intergovernmental thingy, and it's mainly based, well, it was Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Venezuela. They were founding members. Obviously, I think that's changed now with the US intervening in Venezuela, Iran probably leaving the OPEC because obviously they've got sanctions on them. Yeah, so what do you call that cooperation surprisingly has finished. It doesn't exist anymore. And what we're seeing now is what they call they can set whatever the price they want. They could sell it to whoever they want. They don't have to sell in the US dollars. Am I correct?
So yeah, the OPEC, UAE leaving means it becomes independent of that, and it can do what it wants. But like I said, oil was the glue that was keeping them together, and now it's become the force that is separating them. They've always had their differences. Recently in the last few years, they've spotted conflicts in Sudan and Yemen, backing different sides. Also, with how they want to go forward. So this split is it's very, very, like, it's not small split. They've had different policies on different they had the differences before, but it was only oil that was gluing them together. None of this conflicts that they were trying to do in Sudan and Yemen. They agreed on that. They had differences on that. The UAE, I think, is more aligned to basically trying to get the trade in and to use this OPEC. It doesn't see as any use to it, because the OPEC is led by Saudi Arabia, so they don't want to be part of that, because Saudi Arabia sees things differently. They both see each other differently. That UAE says we should maximize production while the price is high. But now, with him leaving the OPEC, you will have differences in OPEC, which could lead to a complete breakdown of the OPEC. So others could start leaving as well. So we have to follow this story, and we'll hopefully get back on this.
Yeah, I think the US energy minister said the article is leaving OPEC will give it greater flexibility and was in line with this long-term strategic and economic vision. So Saudi Arabia have got its own vision. This, which is a very small country, has its own vision. And I think, what do you call it, will it really make any difference to the Muslim world, or will it make any difference to the Arab world? Will it?
No, the people, the people are, these governments treat, or these leaders, they treat oil as its own property, as their own wealth, which they want to exploit, and they do not want to use it for the benefit of the people. So what needs to happen is the monarchies, obviously, they're not even using Islamic economic system. They are actually using these resources to fund wars and to...
Yeah, it's not surprising UAE has emerged pretty, what do you call, important. They're doing all sorts of things in Yemen and Sudan and other places, even the UK, they're sending aid, well, it's sending money to the far right. You know, and that's highly stupendous. I think we need to definitely look into that in greater detail. It's been covered, and obviously some people may not be aware of it. And I think a lot of people have made investments from the UK, for example, in Dubai, but people are not aware of what they're doing abroad. And it's always interesting that, you know, there are platforms like ours who share this, or as people really wouldn't have a clue, I think. You know, so there's a lot of people who don't follow what's happening. They stuck in their own lifestyles, and sometimes rightly so, sometimes, you know, when they isolate themselves, it could be, you know, sad and lonely world. They need to come out, and whoever's right, they should say is right. Whoever's wrong, they should be say is wrong. That's what I think we are trying to do on these platforms that we are on. And thank you, Abdul. I think it's been a very informative vertical program as usual, and hopefully vertical everybody can be vertical more knowledgeable about what's happening. Well, you can always contact us. You know, please do. Sometimes people do on our WhatsApp number or studio number. Please do. You know, I'll be happy to take your calls and concerns. If you give us any, if you want to do any particular shows, or if you want to advise us on any shows, you know, please do contact us on the WhatsApp number. Our what do you call the main, shall we say, organizer, he will tell us, advise us what we could do, potentially do, and what do you call, and it'll be interesting. Obviously, we haven't covered in detail for every ward, for example. Preferred lectures, we haven't covered every single ward what we're going to do, or we haven't done that. We only have this 1 hour a week, and we'll probably be looking to see if we can increase that, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, without further ado, please do take care of yourselves. You know, carry on with your normal lifestyles. Do go to work tomorrow. You know, don't stop anything for us. But yeah, keep it up. Take care. God bless. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.